All right. Let's talk about Miles Bridges. What is this report we're hearing? Yes, Miles. I this one blows my mind. So Miles Bridges is like a player that like people you have to understand like he's probably the best remaining free agent, and we have no idea. He's either gonna stay in. He's either staying in Charlotte or he's going to Los Angeles or he's going. I have no idea where. I would not be surprised if we're just throwing a curveball, but he's a guy who can play multiple positions. For a guy who had a year off, he came back, showed he is a solid shooter, 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 46% from the field, 35% from three. And what can you say? We're hearing maybe a signing trade to the Clippers, and I've said it before. He's probably signing a 4-year, $120 million deal. So if he were to go to the Clippers, you'd have to assume it's $15 million worth of salary they would have to send back. And if I were a betting man, I would assume that package would be built around either PJ Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and draft pick compensation, or it's a combination of Bones Highland, Amir Coffey, and Russell Westbrook or somebody else, because then obviously Russell Westbrook and or PJ Tucker would just get bought out if he were to go to the Clippers. I really just think the Hornets, their best bet is just to keep him because he would help the team win. The Kings, if they did the deal, I know they have Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes that they're offering. If you took Harrison Barnes or Kevin Huerter and some picks, there's that. But this is coming from the Athletic. I think it's interesting as it have to take a sign and trade. They're saying the Clippers with a draft pick. They're just saying not even assets, or are they saying an assets and a draft pick? And a player who's been discussed is allegedly Norman Powell, who makes $19 million, or Terrence Mann, who makes 11.5. So people close to Bridges said that after seeing how the Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has been willing to give players a second chance, the team would be a great fit for him, and Bridges has learned from his mistake. And adding Josh Green, allegedly, according to James Plowright, does not impact Miles Bridges' situation. Even if Charlotte re-signed Bridges, they have $30 to $40 million buffer to luxury tax, and still enough to absorb Josh Green's salary. Guys, like, I don't think you let Miles Bridges walk, because how are you supposed to replace Miles Bridges, in my opinion? I just don't think you trade Miles Bridges. It's, in my opinion, I mean, maybe Detroit's a team because he has that Detroit's connection. I would love Kate Cunningham, Miles Bridges, and Tobias Harris, but that would be way too much shit for Trajan Langdon to do in his first offseason as the new president. That would just be rolling the dice hard, man. Balls. That would take balls. I really like the idea of him maybe adding west. I think he either heads west or he stays in Charlotte. Again, I think Charlotte should keep him because, like, you're going to get him cheaper than for what he really is. You're going to be able to lock him up long term. And how do you who are you going to replace his quality of player with? You're not. So in that case, I think you just keep him, and I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine with whoever he ends up. What if a team like Golden State or some random team that we don't even expect just trades for him? Like over here, what about Philly? I think they don't have the money anymore. Maybe they do Paul Reed, but I think they're toast in terms of money. There's not a ton of teams that are going to be able to do this. So definitely curious to hear or see how that one plays out. All right, Lauri Markkanen